thank you for your time this morning. I promise you, you will walk away with a wealth of information, maybe a little bit of information overload. So that's not my goal. My goal is to arm you with how to use ChatGPT, how to leverage it in your business, how to increase your production, increase your efficiencies. The reason why I had that bio on the screen for while you were waiting, I'm going to show you how to do that yourself at the end. It's just a little bonus material. But a quick blurb about myself. I've been in the industry for over 20 years. I have helped literally over 2,000 homeowners. And about 70% of those were purchase transactions. So I've seen a little bit, done a little bit. And my goal here is to bring you value so that you can, increase your business. But before we get too much further, what I'd like to do, if you haven't done so already, at the bottom of the screen, you should see a little chat box. If you've got no experience with ChatGPT at all, if you can just put in 0. If you've logged into the website once or twice, you just give me a number 1. And if you've actually made some prompts and played with it and have like an elementary education on it, just type in number 2, just so I can get a feel for what we have in the room, and that way we know what levels of accomplishment we have here. So again, 0 if you have no experience, 1 you've heard of it, you might have logged in, 2 you've played with it and made some prompts, and yeah, okay, great. So all right, let's see here. Let me get the slide deck fired up and we'll get started. Okay. All right, so one of the reasons why I wanted to do this today is because success favors those who adapt and embrace innovation. And I really believe, after I've looked at this, this has the potential to be as powerful to our industry as much as the internet changed the way we do business. ChatGPT and AI has that same potential. So for those of us that get ahead of this thing, you're going to be miles ahead of your competition. And what we're going to do today, I'm going to give you a brief overview of what AI is, how it works. I'll give you a demonstration of a chat that I've done, and then we'll test it out live. Now, if you have the ability where you have a second screen available to you and you want to play along as we go through this, by all means, go right ahead. I will also at the end give you a QR code where you can access all of the whole slide deck, plus some additional material to help you play with ChatGPT, get familiarized with it, and get trained up on prompting. So there were some initial things that came out. You may or may not have heard of Jasper. Jasper was a nice attempt at AI. If I were to compare it to ChatGPT, ChatGPT would be like the actual White House, and Jasper is the Lego version. So they're really not comparable. And with what ChatGPT is using is a natural language processing platform. So you basically talk to it just like you and I would engage in conversation. So you're just asking questions, you're telling it what to do. based on a normal conversation, and it's using a large language model, which is billions and billions of data points that it's drawing from when it's generating your response. So what is it? What does the GPT stand for? So ChatGPT, it's a chatbot, and it's a generative pre-trained transformer. So it was just created on November 30th, 2022. So it's only about 7 months old. That's how new this technology is. Generative meaning it generates responsive. Pre-trained, it's learning based on all of the prompts that are being put in every single day. It's training this algorithm to produce content, to produce output based on how it's being trained. And it transforms what you put in into amazing, meaningful outputs, which we'll see in just a moment. Now, what ChatGPT is not, it is not smart. It is a trained algorithm. One of the things that you will see as you use ChatGPT is it's not always right. So make sure that you are using it for content or subject matter that you are familiar with. So if you wanted it to write a booklet, let's say, on quantum physics, and you have the slightest clue on how quantum physics works, you have no way to tell whether or not ChatGPT was correct, because it sometimes will give you wrong answers. So it's not smart. It's also not creative. It's not going to go off, the beaten path and come up with these wacky things that you did not ask it for. It is doing what you asked it to do. It's also not connected to the internet unless you use a specific plugin, which is available through Chrome. I'm not myself had a chance to play with that much yet. So all of the data in ChatGPT is up to 2021. Anything that's happened after 2021, if you ask it about an event that happened last week, it will not know the answer because it's only up to 2021. So how does it work? It has a library of 45 terabytes of data. 1 terabyte is the equivalent of about 83 million pages of information. So take 83 million times 45, that's a huge number. And what it's doing is the algorithm is relying upon all of that information and predicting what words, phrases, and sentences are most associated with the input that you put in, at the same time trying to understand the context of what you put in. So it's studying all of that information and using all that information to generate a response. It's going to find the words, it's going to find the sentences that are most likely associated with what you have put in, and it will be the best answer that it can give you based on the training that it's received up to that point. The one thing you should also know about ChatGPT is the answers are randomized. So if you and I put in the same exact prompt, we will get different answers. So this is one of the problems that I don't know if you may have heard, like high school students, college students are going to ChatGPT to have it write their papers, their essays. And the difficulty in catching them is the output is never the same. It's different. So the real power in ChatGPT is in the prompt engineering. If you become a master at the prompt engineering, and we're going to go through that, you will get some amazing results. So what can it do? I've heard a lot of agents who have started to use it to write, nice flowery property descriptions, and you can definitely use it for that. But it's so much more than that. You can have it write blog posts for you, have it write sales pitches, seller and buyer campaigns, social media calendar, content, SEO copy, create Facebook ads, and all kinds of things. And one of the things that you should know is Google is changing the first page. So when you're searching for whatever service or whatever it is that you're looking for, they are changing the algorithm on who shows up on the first page. The first page is essentially going to become the second page. And the first page, what it's going to be looking for is the recency and the frequency of content that you are putting out there. So recency meaning how recent was the last post that you made? How recent was the last blog post that you made? Frequency is, are you doing it once a month, once a year, once every few years? I'm sure you've probably seen some websites when you go on there, they have like a little blog section, and the last blog post was made in April of 2019. Well, if you're one of those folks and you want to be found, you're going to be way down because it's looking for people who are actively creating content, sharing information that's valuable to the community at large. And then it's also factoring in your reviews. And based on all of those answers, it will determine which person or which company, which entity should show up first on page one of Google. So if there's nothing else you take away from today, if you do not have a Google My Business page, you absolutely need to create one so that you can be creating blog content. You can use Google My Business as a blog page, and then you can ask your clients to be giving you Google reviews. And so Google will start indexing your blog to help find you, and it will see that you're getting positive reviews, and then you will start to show up on page one when somebody's looking for a great realtor such as yourself. All right, so how do you get started? You go to chat.openai.com. So if you're on your computer and you got a second screen, you want to do this right now, you're more than welcome to do that. I will caution you. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's a free version and a paid version, but when you go to the website, it's going to ask you to log in or sign up. If you're going to use the free version, you're going to be subject to there's a limitation on how many people can get in there at one time. The system maxes out how many people can be in there. And if you have a paid version, you'll have an easier time getting into the site to use it. So OpenAI, go to the website, log in or sign up, and then you're going to see this prompts to create your account. So you're going to set it up, you're going to give it your name, your date of birth, your phone number. It has a dual factor authentication when you do your setup. Once you've done that, there's going to be a series of prompts that tells you what ChatGPT is. They have the free version right now because they're wanting the training on the algorithm. So the more people that they can get on it to help train it, the faster it's going to become relevant and powerful. It's already, the most recent version is only about 90 days old. So the more users they can get on this, you're going to help them train their technology. They're giving you this disclaimer. And so you've created your account, and then now you're here in your dashboard. And you'll see in your dashboard, up in the top left-hand corner is going to be the ability to create a new chat. So anytime you want to create a new chat, you just go there, click on that, and then down here at in the bottom of your screen, you'll see where you can type in your initial prompt. One of the things that ChatGPT will do is it will remember everything in that prompt. So if you start a subject and you keep asking it questions, it will remember everything above in that series. If you want to wipe the slate clean, you go back to the top left-hand corner and you create a new chat. It will remember and store your chats that you can come back to them. And I'll show you an example of that as we go along here. There is the option to upgrade to Plus. If you upgrade to the paid version, it's only $20 a month. The advantages to that is you're able to get in even when demand is high, faster response speed, the accuracy and the contextual, being able to understand the context of what you're asking is better. So, for example, the default, the free version, 3.5, according to the OpenAI, the reasoning level on a scale of 1 to 5 is a 3. the conciseness is a 2. Whereas ChatGPT 4, which is the paid version, the reasoning is a 5, the conciseness is a 4, but the speed is a 2. Compared to the free version, the speed is a 5. I will tell you, I can't notice a difference in the speed. And I'll show you a live demonstration as we get through to it. The difference in the speed is so negligible, you can't even notice it. But here's a real life example of how it's different between 3.5 and 4.0. I saw a guy one time, he asked 3.5, if there are 5 bats flying in a room, and I enter the room and take a baseball bat from the wall, swing and hit 2 bats and kill them, how many bats are left? And the 3.5 was struggling with the context and understanding exactly what was going on, whereas ChatGPT 4 was able to give the correct answer and was understanding the context. So that's what I mean by better reasoning. It's more concise. It understands the context, and it's more accurate. So how do you get started? So you want to click on the new chat, and if you do elect to do the paid version, every single time you start, you'll have the option to switch back and forth between chat 3.5 and chat 4, and then you type in your prompt and off you go. And you'll see off to the left here, these are all previous chats that I have done that I can go back to, and if I want to just pick up where I left off, you're able to do that. All right, so what we're going to do in one single chat is I'm going to train it to be an expert on buying versus renting. And then we're going to write an SEO optimized blog post with a call to action. We're going to create a LinkedIn post. We're going to create 5 Facebook ads where the target audience is first-time home buyers. And then we're going to create 5 emails for a drip campaign. So if we had a database of first-time home buyers that we wanted to drip on, and then for fun, we're going to have it create a PowerPoint presentation outline that if we wanted to do a first-time homebuyer class in person. So I don't know if you know this hack, but you can go to YouTube, and any video that you see on YouTube, if you click on those 3 little dots in that bottom right-hand corner there, it's going to give you a drop-down menu that says Show Transcript. And if you click on Show Transcript, it will give you the complete transcript for that video. So you literally can go from nothing in your head to an idea. So my idea was, hey, I want to do a marketing campaign on the benefits of owning a home versus renting. So I go to YouTube, I type in that topic, and I find, all the different videos, and I look through a couple of them, find the ones that have the most views, and I grab the transcript. So now I'm going to go into ChatGPT, and this is what I'm going to say. I want you to act like a marketing professional with over 10 years experience using Facebook, LinkedIn, Google My Business, Instagram, and YouTube. You will use published best practices for each of these platforms to optimize engagement on each platform. I'm going to give you source materials to build a social media campaign from. The source material is the transcript from a video I would like to promote to real estate agents, home buyers, and home sellers in separate campaigns. And now here's a key practice. Do you understand? You want to make sure that you and ChatGPT are on the same page. So you can make sure that you're going to get the output that you're really looking for. So here's ChatGPT's response. Absolutely, I understand your request. Please go ahead and provide the transcript from the video you would like to promote. Once I have that, I can create a detailed and targeted social media campaign for the 3 distinct audiences: real estate agents, home buyers, and home sellers, each tailored according to the best practices of Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, My Business, Instagram, and YouTube. So I know ChatGPT is on the same page as I am. So now I'm going to say, okay, here is the source material, and I'm pasting in the transcript. Another key practice to understand as you get after I pasted the transcript, Notice that last sentence there at the bottom of the slide. I'm telling it, do not create any content or strategy yet. Let me know you understand this copy and summarize for me what the topic of this video is in 150 words or less. If you do not say, do not create any content yet, as soon as you paste in that transcript and hit enter, it's going to start generating an answer. So, ChatGPT says this video focuses on debunking myths about home ownership, encouraging viewers to approach buying a house strategically as an investment. It compares the pros and cons of renting and buying homes, showing how buying can be advantageous in building equity and gaining creative control. The speaker emphasizes buying houses, not purely based on emotion, blah, 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 blah. So we see that it understands the video. Perfect. Now, can you create a 500-word blog post that follows Google's SEO best practices? Also, please provide me with 5 options for SEO optimized keywords. Please determine the keywords using SEO best practices. Display H2 and H3 headlines as rich text. I'll show you what that means in just a minute. Bullet points and statistics supporting the benefits of home ownership. The mood, this is key, the mood is informative and helpful. Please write at a 9th grade reading level. So what you can do is you can tell ChatGPT what kind of tone to take when creating the output. And, informative, helpful, encouraging, optimistic. You can go the other way, pessimistic, terrible. Whatever the mood is that you want the output to be, it will do that for you. Please write at a 9th grade reading level. That is generally where you want to be when you're creating content for the general public. If you go above 9th grade reading level, it gets kind of technical, but you can take it down as low as you want to go. Hey, please write at a 5th grade reading level. Please write for a 5-year-old. So you can take the same output and say, okay, now write it at this. Now write it at this, and keep drawing down to wherever you get to wherever you want for the content that you're creating. All right, so I'm asking it to create a 500-word blog post following Google's SEO best practices. Let's see what it came up with. Absolutely. Here's your SEO optimized blog post. The 5 SEO keywords I chose are homeownership benefits, strategic home buying, pros and cons of renting versus buying a house as an investment, and house hacking. You see the bold header there. That's the H2 and H3 text. So here's the blog. Are you contemplating diving into home ownership but find the process intimidating? Are you pondering the pros and cons of renting versus buying? Well, it's time to demystify home ownership. Let's delve into the art of strategic home buying and how it can revolutionize your investment game. Subject 2, demystifying home ownership, renting versus buying. For many, the decision to rent or buy a home is a daunting one. Renting offers flexibility and fewer responsibilities, but it lacks the financial growth and stability that home ownership offers. When you buy a house, you're not just purchasing a place to live, you're investing in a tangible asset that can appreciate over time, and you're building equity. So as you can see, it's created this complete blog for me. It included a statistic. Home prices have increased by an average of 3% per year over the past 30 years. All of this was done in literally 2 seconds. I now have a full blog post that I can post on my Google business page, on my website, wherever you place content that you can now share with people you're trying to engage with. Now I'm going to ask it, can you write a call to action for this article to download a first-time homebuyer kit? The mood should be enthusiastic, acknowledge that while it's a tough market and rates are a little higher than they were a few years ago, there's less competition and you can avoid rent increases in the future. Let's see the result. Take control of your future. Download our first-time homebuyer kit today. Yes, we understand it's a challenging market. Mortgage rates might be a bit higher than a few years ago and competition can be tough. But there's a silver lining. Less competition means more opportunities for you. You have a golden opportunity to break free from that never-ending cycle of rent increases, to invest in a home that's truly yours, to nurture your own personal space, and to start building long-lasting wealth. The best part, you don't have to do this alone. We've created a comprehensive first-time homebuyer kit just for you. It's packed with essential tips, information, and step-by-step guides you'll need to navigate the home buying process confidently. So why wait? Secure your future today by becoming a homeowner. Click the link below, download your free first-time homebuyer kit, and get ready to embrace all the benefits of home ownership. Your journey to a brighter, more secure future starts here. So here's a question. How are you going to come up with the first-time homebuyer kit? Ask ChatGPT to make it for you. It's that simple. So remember, I'm in the same prompt. So it saw the initial where I pasted in that YouTube transcript. I said, okay, summarize it for me. Now create a blog post for me with the call to action. Now I'm going to say, thank you. Can you write me a LinkedIn post that explains the value of home ownership to the real estate agent that is representing home buyers in the market right now? Keep it professional but personal. This article is being read by my personal network of real estate agents that already know who I am. Acknowledge that the market is really tough right now, with rates almost double what they were 2 years ago, and that the benefits of home ownership can help them succeed in this market. The call to action is to direct them to, now I made this URL up, madeupurl.com. But this would be where I'm posting that blog that we just created. I would insert that URL here. And I say, I also want you to encourage my network to share it with any home buyer that is currently in the market right now. 2 seconds later, here's the result. Dear colleagues, as real estate professionals, we've witnessed the ebb and flow of the market over the years. The current climate, with rates nearly double what they were just 2 short years ago, is undoubtedly changing. Yet it's during these times we must remind ourselves and our clients of the enduring value of home ownership. While home ownership might seem like a daunting prospect in today's market, it is not without its unique advantages. It presents an excellent opportunity for wealth accumulation, stability, and financial growth. Owning a home is so much more than just a roof over our heads. It's about investment, freedom, and long-term security. At times like these, strategic home buying is more important than ever. I put together an informative blog post discussing the benefits of home ownership, which I believe could prove invaluable in our current climate. It offers strategic insights into making home ownership a rewarding investment, even in the toughest markets. I encourage you all to take a moment and visit. So here's the call to action. It included the call to action in the LinkedIn post it created. And then it says, please feel free to share this resource with any home buyers currently in the market, which I asked it to do. So in 2 seconds, I now have a LinkedIn post. Let's take it a step further. Oh, I'm sorry. So we're still here. So it will create hashtags for you. If you're not sure which hashtag to use, ask it and it will create it. Fantastic. Now, can you write me 5 Facebook ads with a target audience of first-time home buyers? Let them know that without the right agent, they may not receive all the benefits of home ownership to make a wise decision. Acknowledge it is a tough market and that it should not strip them of their dream of home ownership. There is a way to beat the market. The tone should be enthusiastic, but educational. Include emojis. So let's see what it came back with. Facebook ad number 1. Dreaming of owning your first home? Navigating a tough market can feel daunting. Don't let this journey strip you of your dream. With the right agent by your side, you can unlock the full benefits of home ownership. Click to find out how we can beat the market together. That could go back to the blog post. That could go back to the first-time homebuyer kit. That could go back to whatever you created. And it's the whole concept is what we call a hub and spoke strategy. Your hub is your blog post, let's say. And from that, you're going to create all these different spokes. Your Facebook post, your Instagram post, your TikTok, your whatever it is, it's all going to point back to that central hub that you were able to create to draw people to you. Let's see Facebook ad number 2. Hey, first-time home buyers, tough market, huh? But don't let it dim your dream of owning a home. With the right guidance, you can make the most out of your investment and reap the benefits of home ownership. Click to learn more about how to make a wise decision. Now, you might say, well, why did you ask to create 5 of them? Well, I want to see my options. You might like 1, you might like 5, you might like bits and pieces from all 5. This is to give you the ideas so that you can skip the step of writer's block and what to say and how to say it. It's all there for you. And then you can go straight to the editing process and pick and choose the best parts that you like to create the content, to create the post, to create the social media that you want to put out. First-time homebuyer, congrats. It's a challenging market, no doubt. But remember, every challenge comes with opportunities. The right agent can help you unlock the full potential of homeownership. Let's beat the market together. Click to start your journey. Ad number 4. So you're buying your first home. It's an exciting time. Don't let the tough market dampen your spirits. The right agent can ensure you enjoy the benefits of homeownership to the fullest. Let's crack this market together. Click for more info. Number 5, ready to step into the world of homeownership. With the right agent, you can turn today's tough market into tomorrow's triumph. Unlock the benefits of homeownership and make a wise investment decision. Click to beat the market with us. So I've got 5 options. If I don't like any of the 5, I can ask it to do it again, regenerate, and it'll give me another set of 5 that I can take a look at. Remember, I'm in the same chat. It's creating all this content. Now I say, can you write me a series of 5 emails that I can send to homebuyer prospects to drive them back to this blog post? Use the main points from the blog post as the title, the topic of each email. The call to action is to click on the link to the blog post to read more, or you can say the call to action is to schedule a time on my calendar for a first-time homebuyer consultation. Whatever the call to action is, you just add it. The tone of the email should be helpful, right at a 9th grade reading level. So hopefully you have a database of first-time homebuyers that you've talked to that are in your sphere, or maybe you've been running the blog post and you had them download that first-time homebuyer kit. You should have that on a landing page where you can collect their information. You can build the database of leads that you can drip emails to them. So email number 1, homeownership, a path to long-term wealth. Ever wonder how owning a home can boost your financial stability? It's all about equity and appreciation. Discover the ins and outs of homeownership in our latest blog post. It's a resource you won't want to miss. Insert your blog post. Keep dreaming big. Let me share with you a quick funny story. So a couple weekends ago, actually about 3 weekends ago, was my wife's birthday. So I took her away to Newport, Rhode Island for the weekend. And we stayed at this Airbnb, which I've done many times. And I don't mean to gross you out. So if you're a little put off by it, my apologies in advance. So we got to the place, we did whatever we're doing for the day. And then at night, we're getting ready to go to bed. We undo the bed covers, and literally, there was hair all over the bed. I mean, it was gross. Not like, a couple little strands of hair. I'm talking like long pieces of hair all over the bed. So you know what? I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to ask it to write me an email to the host and, voicing my displeasure with this situation. So put in the prompt. It wrote out this beautiful email that I could not have written by myself. I copied it. I pasted it in there and I sent it off. Well, not very long later, the host responds back to me, and it was like, So you know what? I'm gonna copy the response back. I'm gonna paste that into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to write a reply back to the response. So it did that. It was a great response, and I copied and pasted, and I sent it. And I realized I forgot to take out, you see where it says recipient's name? I forgot to take that out. So it's in it's in the email back to her, hello, recipient's name. So make sure you edit and check yourself. Anyway, so email number 2, the key to unlocking homeownership benefits. Getting through the front door is just the beginning. We've laid out how to make the most of homeownership. Unlock the benefits by reading our new blog post. Stay hopeful. Email number 3, home ownership, not just a roof over your head. Did you know owning a home can offer more than just shelter? From tax benefits to personal freedom, home ownership opens a world of possibilities. Find out more in our latest blog post. Email number 4. So it's creating a whole drip campaign for you. You could plan it out for an entire year if you wanted to. That's how easy it is to create content to market and capture business. And email number 5, feeling discouraged by today's tough market conditions? Don't be. Our latest blog post offers insightful strategies to secure your dream home. Tap into your inner home buyer superhero today. And again, these 5 emails were created in 2 seconds. Now I'd like you to create an informational class that will be taught live to home buyers. I want you to create an outline that I can use to create a PowerPoint presentation to introduce the benefits of home ownership. I only need an outline at this point. The presentation should be 30 minutes long. Let's see what it gave me. Here's a suggested outline for your presentation. Introduction, 3 minutes. Welcome. I'm not going to read everything here. Current market landscape, 5 minutes. Home ownership, long-term investment, 7 minutes. Financial benefits of home ownership, 5 minutes. You can literally, if you don't know what to say, you go back into ChatGPT and say, please explain home equity and its long-term wealth building potential. And it will give you what to say. So you can create your whole class in a short amount of time. So now I've got my home buyer class all ready to go. Now I just gotta do it. So a couple of tips with ChatGPT. Number 1, we touched on a little bit about reading level. Make sure you stick to that 9th grade reading level, unless you really want to simplify it down further. You can one of the tricks you can use ChatGPT for is you can if you have an article, like a newspaper article or a news website article that is a little bit technical, you'd like it to be simplified for you, you copy that article, paste it in a ChatGPT and say, please summarize this on a 9th grade reading level. And it will take that technical jargon and bring it down to a more easily digestible level to understand what is being said. Emotion, mood, and tone. So here are some examples of tone: authoritative, clinical, cold, confident, emotional, friendly, ironic, pessimistic, sarcastic, pathetic. I saw a person one time, literally, he took a sentence. I want to say the weather today is partly cloudy with some sunshine. And he asked ChatGPT to rewrite that sentence using these tones. And it was amazing how it transformed the output based on the tone. So tone is very important. There's one thing that I really didn't touch on yet thus far. It's called temperature. Temperature is, if you think of it, how much you want it to stay true to the material or the content that you're putting in. So like a 0.8 is having it stay true, closer to the content that you're putting in. If you have it at a 1 or higher, you're giving it more freedom and flexibility to become creative. So the result may not be what you're looking for, or just might be far out there. So anywhere between a half to 0.8 is a great temperature. So all right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go to, we're going to do this live. And I want you to see how fast this can work. But before we do that, are there any quick questions that we can answer right now while I'm resetting the stage here? Okay. All right, so you should see my ChatGPT screen. And here I've got my options to do 3.5 or 4. I'm going to be on 4. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to go to a video that I just created. We haven't released it yet. So I can show you what that looks like on 10 tips on how to have your offer win in this market. So here I am, I'm on a YouTube page. I found this video that I really like. I click on my 3 dots, show transcript, and I'm going to copy all of this and have that ready to go. So now I go back to ChatGPT. And I'm going to give it my prompt. So here's my prompt. I want you to act like a marketing professional with over 10 years of experience using Facebook, yada, yada, yada. I'll give you the source material. It's a transcript from a video that I would like you to promote to real estate agents, home buyers, home sellers, and separate campaigns. Do you understand? Okay. So now I'm going to give it the source material. There's the transcript of the video that I wanted to use. And then remember, I'm going to tell it, do not create anything yet, because if I just go ahead and hit enter, it's going to start creating. So I'm going to add this little blurb here. Do not create any content or strategy yet. Let me know you understand. So let's see if it understands. So since I created this video, I know what it's about. It summarized it pretty well. So, all right. So now I'm going to ask it to create a blog post with a call to action for someone to schedule a time with me. And see how fast it's creating. So how long did that take? Maybe 8 seconds. I've got my complete blog post ready to go that I can copy and paste onto my Google My Business page or onto my website, wherever I place content. So now I'm going to say, can you write me a LinkedIn post? So I can share this on LinkedIn. Now let's ask it to write some Facebook content.
Hey John, there's a question in the chat about exporting the stuff it writes so you can post it elsewhere. How are you doing that?
Exporting the what?
Exporting the content that ChatGPT writes.
Yeah, you
How
just
are
copy
you
it. You
just
just,
copying and pasting that?
yeah, once this stops generating, you just copy and paste it. So yeah, here we go. Just copy. That's it. All right. So that was a series of Facebook ads targeted to realtors. Now I'm going to say, hey, write me some Facebook ads to first-time home buyers. And let's see what it gives me here. So my audience is first-time home buyers. And again, I'm using ChatGPT 4, which is the slower option. So now I want to make a Facebook post, on my own personal wall. It's not going to be an ad that I'm going to use. So let's see what it comes back with that. So it gave me the hashtags, gave me copy and paste. I'm ready to go. And then the last one I'll do, just to illustrate here is, let's say I want to do an email drip campaign, and I'm going to ask it to write a series of emails that I can drip on first-time homebuyer prospects or homebuyer prospects. Now, here's a good example of double checking the work. It mentions, where is it? Utilizing a buy down strategy. Delve deeper into the power of the buy down strategy. I did not mention a buy down strategy in that video. So check the output to make sure it's what you want. Don't just go ahead and just put it out there for everyone to see without checking it, because it can give you some content that you were not prepared for. So any questions about what I've shared with you so far? And feel free to unmute yourself.
I'm just going to comment that, based on my experience and working with you on this, John, if we were to all input these same questions or these same prompts, as you indicated, it is unique. So we would all get a slightly different response. So it's part of the power of the chat.
That is correct. I'm going to show you some material and how you can get it in just a second, but I want to give you a sneak peek on something that we are working on. So if let me bring back this slide. So one of the common questions that I get as a loan officer is, hey, can you send me some buyers? And while I love to do that, it's harder for us because we are downstream from you. So most folks, when they think about buying a home, they think go to the realtor first. And as a realtor, you control who you are referring the client to get pre-approved. Very similar to a lot of times we have insurance agents that will, ask, we'll go to and say, hey, anybody we can help you with. And the insurance agent will say, well, by the time they get to me, they've already got their realtor, they've already got their lender. They're just, getting the insurance on the property is one of the last steps. They're too far down the road, too far downstream to refer out. So one of the things that we're working on, if you have your cell phone, I want you to take scan the QR code here. And I'm going to show you what we're working on. It's not quite ready yet, but if you've scanned it, it should take you to a listing. I grabbed this off of a property that someone I had pre-approved was interested in. So if you have your phone, you see that it shows pictures of the property, how much, the features, the property description. You continue scrolling down, it gives you its walkability score, its biking score. The map here shows if it's close to any nearby amenities. It shows you the aerial view. And then you see this home brought to you by, and you see there's a video there of myself, but what that would be is a video of yourself, a 30-second video, 60-second video of yourself. We call it a one-to-many, where it's a generic video that we can use over and over again. Just introducing yourself, who you are, why someone should use you, and thanking them for taking a look at your listing. Then if you continue to scroll, and if you like, you can click on each one of these to see how they show on your phone. But if they wanted to take a look inside the property, they can do that. If you continue to scroll down to financing options, you can click on that. That will, if I've done a TCA for you, that's where I do the full financing options. There's a video there that I explain everything to the customer. Well, that's built into here. If you had a property brochure for the property that you had made up, we can put it in here so that potential home buyer could download it and print it, or save it. If you wanted to show the floor plan, this buyer's agent happens to be Taylor Swift, and then there's my information. So what this will do, as soon as somebody scans that QR code, I get their information. And the whole premise of this is you can have it as a sign in the yard, or inside the open house. If you're doing an open house, they scan the QR code, we get their information, we call them the next day, and we say, hey, wanted to make sure you got all the information for the property that you were interested in. Are there any questions that we can answer about it? By the way, are you looking to purchase a home in the next few months? Are you working with a realtor? Have you been pre-approved? And anyone that's not working with a realtor and we pre-approve them and they're good to go, we send them right back to you so that you get more business. So this is our way to try to leapfrog folks before they're connected with somebody, so that we can turn them around back to you and drive referrals back to you. Because I don't know about you, but I know, I think maybe it was Kristen, you were telling me yesterday, you had an open house. It was full the whole time. We have clients, 1 of 10 offers, 1 of 15 offers. So that means there was 14 other people that did not win. And, trying to capture those buyers before they get partnered with somebody is the goal here. So the technology that grabs their information is doing a revamp of their interface. And hopefully that will be ready to roll in about 2 weeks. So as soon as that is re-released, we'll be able to start doing that for you. But let me go back to the presentation here. This next QR code will give you a copy of the whole slide deck. And if you go ahead and scan on that, I want to show you a couple of materials that we have made to help you get started with ChatGPT. So I'm going to go to a different screen here and let me share. Here we go. Okay. So you have the whole slide deck. So if there's anything you wanted to go back and watch again or take a look at again, it's all there for you. All of the prompts that I put in are down here below. But what I want to bring your attention to is over here on the right, or scroll down on your phone. We've got a flyer here with ChatGPT best practices to help you with your prompt engineering. So that, again, the power is in the prompt. The better you make your prompt, the better your output is going to be, the better your information is going to be. So it's a cheat sheet there for you to help you create some prompts. Here are some mistakes to avoid as you engineer your prompts. And then we gave you some specific ways to prompt it if you're looking to create a social media content, blog post creation. There's also, if you want to tell stories, telling, SEO optimization, a 30-day social media content idea calendar. All of that is there ready for you. You just need to fill in the blank with what you're looking to do. And then as a little bonus, if you recall at the very beginning, I had a very nice, here, I'll bring it up again, a nice bio that is on myself. And, I would never write this. Jon Ritter is an esteemed figure in the mortgage industry, bringing over 20 years of experience and expertise to his role as president of Ritter Mortgage Group. Established in 2015, Ritter Mortgage Group is a testament to Jon's unwavering commitment to meeting the needs of his clients and agent partners with a people-first lending model. So you can learn how to create that. This should be your very first action in ChatGPT, is rewrite your bio. It's simple. The little trick to it is you're grabbing little snippets of your bio that you might already have on your website, on your Facebook page, or on your LinkedIn profile, wherever. But then you add in reviews from past clients in the source material, in the training that you're doing ChatGPT with. And then you have it write your bio. It's powerful. So you have this all at your fingertips to create and get into ChatGPT. It's a very powerful tool. It has already passed the bar exam, the medical exam. It can write code for software engineers. It can write code. So it's an amazing tool. And yeah, the sooner you embrace it, the further you're going to be ahead of your competition. And yeah, so yeah, Rob, I'm seeing your question. I'd be happy to help you with your marketing team, get ahead on this. But any other questions that I can answer while we're together here, and we'll wrap this up. Anybody's minds blown? Did I blow your minds away that you're all speechless?
Pretty incredible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, thank you for jumping on. I hope this, exposes you to the potential and possibilities of what's out there. If I know most of the folks in the room here, but if you are new, I would love to show you one-on-one how we care for you and for your clients. We have a very specific process called the CARE model, which is creating a referable experience on every transaction. Our goal is to leverage that transaction into another transaction by over communicating, closing on time, and following up on leads. But we have a very methodical and purposeful approach so that we help your clients become walking billboards for you. I once heard a loan officer who was in California. He did over $200 million a year in business. And what astounded me was he never spent one penny on advertising. How do you do $200 million of business and not spend one penny on advertising? And his secret was he was so intentional with making his clients, past clients, current clients, walking billboards for him, because he made the experience such a wow experience that they could not help but share his name. So I would love to sit down with you one-on-one and just share with you exactly how we do that at a time that's convenient for both you and I. So thanks again for joining us today. And if you have any other questions or follow-up curiosities on ChatGPT, how to use it, definitely reach out. That's what we're here for, to bring you value. So thanks again, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you,
Jon.
Thank you.